Hi everyone, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are new here, you are highly welcome. My name is Blessing. So guys, in today's tutorial we'll be teaching us how to sew a cowl gown, just where you see me rocking. So if you have not yet to subscribe, please subscribe and turn on the notification bell so that you'll be updates on every video I post in this channel. So guys, without wasting of time, let's draft into today's tutorial. So guys, this is the material I'll be using for this tutorial and with my pattern paper right before me. So here are my tools that I will be using for this tutorial, and I will be making use of a pencil for this tutorial. Okay, so the first step I will be taking is just to take a straight line. So guys, from the line I drew, I will come down by 8 inches for my chest line, 10 inches for my bust point line, and 13 inches for my under bust, and I will be using 16.5 for my half length, which is my waist. So I will go ahead to just rule all these lines straight like this, and I will go ahead to label there like so. So now the first step I will be taking, this next step I will be taking is to divide my shoulder measurement, divide by 2, then I will mark it. I will come to my chest line here. I will also repeat what I marked, then I will rule it like this. Okay, so guys, after ruling, this is what we have. The next step is to mark my measurement, my neckline. My neck width is 3 inches. So for the depth, since it's a cowl neck, I will be using 1 inches for the front. Okay, because we will do slash and spread method for this particular tutorial. Okay, so that is the reason why I'm using 1 inches for my front neck depth. Okay, so now I connect the depth to the width of the neck. So that is what I am doing now. So now after that, I'll just take my shoulder slope by coming down by 1 inches. Okay, then after coming down, I will just connect to meet the neckline like so. So guys, this is how it comes out. So the next step is to divide my bust measurement divided by 4. So I will just go ahead to divide it here, so that we will just know how to divide it, since if you don't know how to divide your bust using your tape. So I first of all divide by 2, then I divide by 4 again. So I have 9 inches, you can see that. So I will place my 9 inches on my chest line. Then from there I will go ahead to look for the midpoint for this line here, from the shoulder slope down to the chest line. Then I will mark the midpoint, then I'll come in by 0.5 inches. Okay, so after that I'll go ahead just to connect the lines, all the dots together using a French curve like the way you see me doing. Okay, then after rolling up like this, I will just go ahead to connect from the midpoint to the shoulder slope, so that we can able to have our armhole. Sorry for the delay. So now I'll go ahead to use 1 inches for my sewing allowance. So I come over to the bust point and I copy what I have on the chest line to the bust point like so. Okay, I'll just copy it like this, and I will mark what I have there. So coming to the under bust, I will mark my under bar. I will divide my under bust divided by 2. You can see that I first of all place it into 2, fold it into 2, then I will fold it again into 4 like this, and see what I have. Okay, you can see I have about 8 3/4, 8.25. So I will just go ahead to mark my 8.25 on the under bust line. Okay, Coming over to the half length, which is waist measurement, I will also divide what I have on my waist. Then after dividing by 4, I will just go ahead to mark it right on the waistline like this, and I will also add my seam allowance by 1 inches. Okay, so that's all. I'll just go ahead to roll it up just the way you see me doing. Okay guys, this is how it comes out. Okay, so I will just go ahead to make this part here visible for us to see clearly. Okay, so that we understand what we are doing, since we are using pencil for this tutorial. So I will just go ahead to cut out my pattern after cross checking all my measurements. So you can see that I go ahead to right front on the front pattern like this. So now I will use the front to copy out the back. Okay, before then I will mark my zipper allowance by using 1.5 inches. Okay, I will just mark 1.5 inches. You can go ahead to use 1 inches if you want. Okay, so I decided to use 1.5 inches for the zipper allowance. This is optional though. You can go ahead to use 1 inches. You can also use 2 inches if you want. That totally depends on you. So I will just go ahead to rule out and write a zipper there. So now what I will do now is for the neck width of the neck depth of the back, I will be using 2 inches. Okay, for the neck depth I will be using 2 inches for the neck depth. And for the armhole, we know how we normally do our armhole. Okay, when we get there, you will understand what I'm trying to say. But before I will trace out this pattern, I will first of all pin it down, so that when tracing I will not have a pattern that is shifting. Okay, so now this is me. I'm trying to align what I have, I'm trying to copy what I have on the front pattern to the back. So and from the armhole, I will just rule a straight line. From this straight line that we have from the front, I will just copy it straight line like this. You can see. So from the midpoint, I will make a curve to the chest line. You know, our back I don't dip my armhole back. It's only the front that I dip. Okay, because of the bust, so that it can have a space there. So but for the back, I take my curve from the midpoint down to the chest line. So I copy what I have. Like I said, I use 2 inches for the back, so you can see. So I'm cutting out now. So this is the back and the front. So for the front now, for us to have the cowl neck effect, so from this chest line, I will come up by 1 inches. Like I said, we are using splash and spread method for this cowl neck effect. So I will come up by 1 inches from the chest line like this. Okay, then I will just extend the line like so. I will just cross check the other part, so that I will have a straight line here. So I will just roll it like this. So after rolling, I will splash that place. Like I will cut it, but I will not cut it out, but I will cut almost to the end. I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say. You can see that is just a little bit there. From here, you can splash it, you can spread it anyhow you want it. You can splash it as wide as 8 inches. You can spread it as wide as 5 inches. It totally depends on you. Note that the more you spread, the more the cowl neck fall down for you. But for me, I will be using about 5 inches. So now let's come to the down part of the gown. You remember we added, we from the top, we measure from the shoulder to 6.5 inches. So I will deduct that 6.5 inches to get the remaining full length of this gown, because the full length of the gown is 40 inches. So I will mark my 40 inches plus 1 inches for seam allowance. Then I will just go ahead to extend my line, and from there to my hip line is 24. Okay, then from there I will mark my waist measurement. The waist measurement that I mark on the top part, is that the same measurement I will mark here. So note that we are not using that on this gown, because it's a stretchy fabric that we are working with. So this is my hip measurement that I'm marking. I divide my hip measurement, divide by 4. Then I add my extra 1 inches for seam allowance. So I will just go ahead to add my 1 inches for seam allowance for the hip area. Then I will just copy what I have on the hip to the hem line, because I don't want it to do that pencil. I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say. So I will just copy what I have from my hip to the hem line like this. Okay, then after that I will go ahead to connect the lines together. So guys, you can see that I've connected my lines. So I will just eliminate any sharp edge that I have on the hip area like this, so that it will not be sharp there. So basically we are done. I will just go ahead to cut out my pattern. Before then I will just align my line to the end part, and boom, we are through. I'll just go ahead to cut it out. So guys, this is how it comes out after cutting it out. So I will go for the back pattern. So guys, we have a fresh paper in there. So I'll just take my from the waist to my hip line 24, and to my full line 40 plus 1 inches for my hemming allowance, making it 41. So I will just go ahead to extend my lines straight. So here it goes. So the next thing is to take my zipper. For the hip, for the waist I'm taking 1.5, for the hip I'm taking 2 inches, and from the depth, the hem line I'm taking 1.5. The reason why I'm taking 2 inches is for me to have a space for my boot to sit very well for the back. Okay, so that is why I take 2 inches for this, and all our measurement will start from this line here. So now I will take my waist measurement, divide by 4. The actual waist measurement that we took at the upper part, we take that the same measurement here, plus 1 inches for seam allowance. Okay, then we come to the hip line. We divide hip measurement, divide by 4, and mark what we have. Then add 1 inches for my allowance for sewing. So just copy what we have there to the end part, just the way we did to the front. Okay, you mark what you have there. Then we go ahead to roll it up like this. Okay, so guys, this is how it comes out. Okay, I'll just go ahead to write back this particular one here. So I'll go ahead to transfer to my main fabric. So for the front, like I said earlier, that you can spread it anyhow you want it. It's optional. You can spread it as high as 8, you can spread it as low as 5. So it all depends on how you want it to fall. But for me here, I will just go up by 5.5 inches. Okay, just make sure the center correspond to the center front like this, and you spread it. Like I use 5.5 here. Then I will just shock it so that I will know where I spread. Okay, you can use 8 inches. Okay, Then after that, I will just go ahead to pin my pattern to my main fabric. Okay, I'll first of all pin it so that when I am cutting it, it won't be shifting. So guys, this is me pinning my pattern to my main fabric to cut a very nice cutting here. Then I will just go ahead to crochet my measurements to know if I am on the right track. Then you can see. So now the next step is to just cut it out, or I will first of all rule this part straight like this so that I will follow the line. Okay, I'll just follow the line. I will just rule it straight. So if you are finding it difficult, just go ahead to rule it straight first before you cut it out so that you won't cut it wrong. So after rolling my line straight, just go ahead to cut it accordingly to the line and follow the pattern paper just the way you see me cutting. Just carefully cut it the way you are seeing me cutting it now. Follow the pattern. The difference here is that you spread you spread it and just follow the line like this. Just follow the pattern paper like this. Okay, every other side is equal except this front here. Okay, so now we are through. So this is how it comes out. I've cut out my fabric, and this is the sleeve. Okay, this is the front. Okay, yes, the front. You can see I spread this by 5.5 inches. So I will just take this one aside so that I will show you the other parts. Okay, so let me take this one aside. So guys, this is the back. You can see that the back is into two, and I follow the pattern paper like this. I notched where my zipper allowance stopped. Okay, go ahead to notch yours. And this is the front bottom part of the skirt. There's the front. You can see that I folded it. Is on fold. Okay, so this is the front, and I will just take it aside, and this is the back. I also cut it into two, and I've went ahead to notch the zipper allowance area, so you can see that it's two. So guys, if you find this video helpful, please give us a thumbs up, and in my next video I will post where I joined all these pieces together. If you don't want to miss that, hit on that subscribe button and subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so that you will see every details on how to sew this gown. Thanks for watching. Bye. To see you in my next one.